So you want to make a chicken curry Indian style, or more should I say Bengal style. This is how you should do. Please don't have a heart attack looking at the array of the spices I'm going to use in my chicken curry. And I prefer to not have drumsticks or breast. I prefer to have chicken thighs, and I will normally half it with a cleaver, including severing the bone in between, and then I will marinate it at least for 1 hour, preferably 3 hours, in yogurt, just 1 tablespoonful, turmeric enough to make it look like yellow, and 1/3 of the amount of turmeric, roughly rough estimate of red chili powder, salt, not too much, and yeah, that's it, and half of a lime. Now then what I'm going to do, it's marinating here while I'm preparing the backstage. So you need onions. So for that much of chicken, this much of onion is probably okay. Adding too much onion makes the chicken sweet. You need a little bit of cloves of garlic, and remember, nothing like fresh cooking. So if you want to take up a hobby this year, like piano, guitar, I don't know, rock climbing, why not? This is a life skill. You will entertain, you will have nice, good nutrition, you will spend less money, and you will surprise yourself. And it is a form of meditation, to be honest, because you cannot cook and not focus. So it's mindfulness, and it's also aromatherapy, to be honest, yeah. And it's also color therapy. See the colors? You can see all these colors. So you cook and you get an aromatherapy, color therapy, and mindfulness, and good food, and you can be a good host. So what is stopping you? So you chop it up, you crush it. I normally use a dhinchak, mortar and pestle, both of these. Ideally you should have tomato. I couldn't find any real tomatoes, so I'm using a tomato puree. And you also need a spice grinder, very, very important. In old days, before the grinder came into practice, we used to grind in this. You can do that, more organic. It's a really heavy, all stone. It's extremely heavy. All right. So the spices, what are you going to do? Imagine there's a bowl like this, which has got now my paneer, spinach paneer, another nice interesting dish. So you get a bowl like that, you put oil, preferably I use mustard oil for chicken Bengal style, and then when the oil is hot, you are going to put cardamom, 2-3 clove, 2 sticks of cinnamon, and shahi cumin, and just 1 big cardamom, and just 1 teaspoonful of coriander. So that's all, and 1 or 2 of bay leaf, and some red chili, 2 maybe. As these are sizzling, and the aroma, the chemicals getting extracted from these and mixing in the oil, then you add this chopped up, fine chopped. And when this turns kind of like brown, we call caramelization, you add this crushed. Okay, then you saute for a little bit. You need a lot of wrist power, like we check our tendon reflex, you know, me being a doctor. We then add this, and then keep turning the spoon like this. And my favorite spoon is something like this, which will be hard, so that it has got its own resistance, and it's easy to turn. Not that one, I was just doing some other stuff. So then what do you do? Then you add some more red chili and turmeric, not too much. Recently I met a British gentleman in M18, an Asian grocery, and he got no idea like how much to put in, and he was putting heaps of all these spices, because if they're nice, the more the merrier. It's not. Okay, it's a trial and error thing, and keep testing in different stages. And then this is it. Then you add this, keep stirring. Water will come out of these, and you keep stirring. The water will get drier, it gets oil will come out. It's look really nice. And then you add some of the flavorings and colorings, which are all normal. So you add tandoori powder, And this is not a cooking channel, right? So you go and find out. So I'm just going to give you a rough roadmap. Kashmiri chili is nice color. Nutmeg, very little. And mace, joitri, very little. Some black pepper. Squeeze another half of lime, or if you don't like, you can just skip that because you've already given lime there. And then a little bit of curry powder. I don't know why I do this, but I do. And lastly, we call bhaja masala, meaning it's not bhaja. Bhaja means fried. It's not fried. Basically, some of these masalas, spices, you basically heat up in a dry pan like this, and then you crush it, grind it in this, and you sprinkle it, because this is very aromatic, because it immediately comes out and fills the room. Because if you are entering into a toilet, no, not toilet, we don't want to go to toilet, a kitchen or a restaurant, you want to be soaking in the smell of different kind of stuff. It's like a symphony. This is the smell of this, smell of that. So you need that smell, a burst of smell, aromas, and that's what bhaja masala, or like a roasted spices for. These are spices, but this is different class. Same spice though. Okay, it just brings out the essential oil from the spices. And finally, just before taking this down, I'm going to put rose water, just maybe 1 to 2 teaspoons. Kaura water, 1 to 2 teaspoons. It kind of looks like aloe vera. Is it aloe vera? I don't think. And then only 2 drops of attar. You call it ether. It's an essence, very Mughlai North Indian style. We normally don't do it in Bengal dish, but I love this. And bit of kasuri methi, which is fenugreek leaves, dried, and bit of coriander. I normally freeze it immediately in the deep freeze. So that's all. So yeah, only few. There are more spices that you can add, but I'm stopping there. And some of the spices you might want to fish out before serving, because this otherwise will get into your mouth. You won't like it. This one, this one, this one, this one, and this one, and sometimes this one, because it is quite chilly. If you don't want to suddenly bite into a highly concentrated chili factor, yeah, so take this out, just fish it out, and then it's a lovely dish. I tend to also quarter potatoes of this size. I will fry it, and then I'll put a little bit of water. I will steam it in microwave so that it gets very soft. And just before put the heat down, I will put those. It will soak in the juice of the chicken, and it is just a different texture. So when you serve food, remember the texture, because this is uni texture, just chicken. But the moment you add some potatoes, it's a different texture. So this will have pungent chili factor, sour factor from yogurt, from lime, the smell factor from all of this. So it's a proper dance, a symphony, an orchestra. So take this as a new hobby, cooking. Choose your food, all organic, all from scratch, and eat. That's the way to health. Remember, good food is organic. Dieting is not. Exercise is not organic, but movement is. So have a happy 2023. Yes. Sometime I just fumble from my words. Have a nice day.